What's up, everyone? This is Matt Mrozik, and this will be a trifecta review for Paul Gill and Paul Gill Productions. So I've had, this is going to be a review of his Logan bust, his Professor bust, and his X23 bust. I've actually had Old Logan for a while now. I got that when we first released it. And then I meant to pick up X23 at Wonderfest. I just didn't get around to getting it, and I didn't even realize he had a Professor out. So I just got these two in the mail a little while ago, so I'm going to just review all three at once since I never did a review of Logan. So I'll probably get this wrong, but I think I got it right. Jeff Yeger sculpted all the busts, and I believe Jeff also sculpted the Logan base, and then Mark Van Tine sculpted the Professor and the X23 base. I think I have that correct. But Jeff did sculpt all the busts, and the likenesses on these are pretty freaking amazing. So we're gonna start off with Old Man Logan. Let's put these guys to the side first and take a look. So really, really beautiful pieces. The sculpt on these are fantastic, and of course Paul Gill does an amazing job with his casting. As I said, his reviews are pretty simple. I mean, the quality of his stuff is really, really up there. Some of the best out there. And all the stuff he puts out is really, really nice. Hopefully I'll have some time to paint these up. I never have time to do anything for myself. So I just keep attaining kits. So I have a really nice collection of unpainted kits. So let's look at Old Man Logan. Comes in, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 pieces. You got the base. Look at that first, which is cool. We got Wolverine's mask down here, and just the stone base. And then you have an X made out of some logs, which is really cool. A simple base, I like it. Done very well, nicely sculpted. Casting again is perfect. There's no mold lines on this because it's, it's a one-piece mold, so it just gets molded upside down. So this guy's ready for primer and paint. No prep work on this guy. He's ready to go, but nicely done. And then we have these two logs with a piece of cloth. I think this is a swatch of clothing from Wolverine's outfit. I'm not sure, to be honest. There's a slight mold line on this, but actually you don't have to even worry about it because it goes along with the grain of the wood. So there's no, the mold line that's there, I'm not even cleaning it up because it fits with the texture of the wood. So he's ready to prime and paint. It does come with claws. Now the resin claws, and this is my only crit on all these are the claws, and it is what it is. It's thin resin. They're hard to cast. These are actually pretty good because they're thick and they're straight. They're not warped at all or anything. So these actually paint up pretty nicely. But I do know, and I'm not sure if they have any more available. Someone had released a set of metal claws for this guy, and I think they were like 20 bucks or something like that. So if you don't want to paint these guys up, I think you can still get them a set of metal claws, and those look really nice. So the only downside of that, and I'm not knocking the guy's price on the claws, is you have a bust that's I forgot what I paid for this. It wasn't that much, but you added like 30% more for the metal claws. So you can paint these up and make them look like metal, but if you just want to if you want real metal, just get the claws, which I probably will do because the time and effort to get these to look like metal is probably, I think my time's worth more than the cost of the metal claws, if that makes sense. I think it's, even though these are here, it'd be easy, just be really easy to get the metal claws and put them in. So let's look at the sculpt on Logan. So the likeness to Hugh Jackman is like 100% spot on. No matter how you look at him, from the profile, from the front view, it's dead on to Hugh Jackman. So Jeff Yeger did an amazing job on the likeness here. I love the, it's Old Man Logan, so he's showing a little bit of age in his face, but not too bad. But I think once you go in there with the painting and stuff, you can really kind of, because if you ever seen the movie, man, he looks beat down, like he's like done. He's like he looks like an old man that's just had a rough life. So I think you can really accentuate that detail in your paint. He's got some nice scarring on his face here. As Logan has gotten older, his ability to heal has lessened. So we see that with the scars on his face and up on his forehead here. I can't tell that maybe it's a vein, but these are some scars on his face. I love the texture in the beard, man. It's beautifully done. I mean, the It's nice and crisp and sharp, like a beard should be. It's not like the hair isn't like a soft texture. So it looks like real, I have a beard right now, and it's, the hair's rough. It's not a smooth hair, so it looks great. Simple back on the back here, nothing fancy, but if I was talented like Saul Alvarez, I would do a cool little like X-Men scene on here. I have thought about an easy way to do this would to make a custom decal, print that, and put it on the back, which I may do, because as far as like drawing and hand painting like Saul does, yeah, I don't have that talent. I'm sure if I tried it, I could probably get something decent, but yeah, anyway. And then we have his right arm, which pegs in right here. And just a little bit of seam work to do, nothing major. So yeah, basically paint all the skin, attach the arm, because it would be hard to paint this hand while it's attached. You won't be able to get your airbrush in there. So paint all the skin, attach it, do your putty work, a little bit of A's, and then go in there and paint the clothes, and go from there. And then we'll put the resin claws in there, and these actually fit. I think are they specific to a certain spot? I don't think they are. Maybe they are. No, they're not going to stay in, but that's how they're going to go in. And then the way he goes on the base is like this. Let's see. And I guess he's supposed to sit up. The other ones, they sit flat on the base, so I'm not sure if that's supposed to be up like that, or if this should be cut down and have him sit flat on the base. I may have him, just so he matches the other, I'll probably shave this down and make it so he sits flat on the base. But I love these pieces because in a really small footprint, it tells a story. Even just, and what tells the story is kind of like the base, it's a simple concept, but it's very impactful as far as what's going on in the base. You got Old Man Logan, he's looking beat up, just on the simple base, but looking really good. And as far as casting goes, like I said, Paul does some of the best casting out there. There's your usual mold line you got to take care of a little bit here on the clothes. I like the fact that he doesn't go in there and try to clean it up. I mentioned in one of my videos that it looked like he tried to clean it up, but he didn't. It was straight out of the cast. So, like I said, just leave it there. Let the painter, builder take care of it. I know sometimes they're trying to do us a favor by cleaning it up, but I think sometimes they're a little aggressive. And I'd rather have to go in and clean up, spend a little extra time cleaning up a mold line than trying to re-sculpt the detail or try to make something around that got sanded flat. But as usual, just goes through the hair. So you got your usual cleanup you got to do through the hair with the mold line. But other than that, and then, probably 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes on this to get this ready for primer. The arm is pretty much, there's I can see where the mold line's supposed to be, but I don't feel it. I see a little bit of it right here, but again, super easy to clean up. So, this guy is, within 20 minutes, he's ready for paint, in my opinion. You get that mold line taken care of, and then you're good to go. So, a really nice job on him. Let's check the height. Without taking that peg off at all, he's right at 7.5 inches. So, nice job on Old Man Logan. Dig that piece. All right, so let's look at Professor. So, I didn't realize he had this out, but man, when I saw him, I was like, yeah, when I get X23, I gotta grab him too, because the likeness again by Jeff is just freaking unreal. But let's start with the base. The base is super simple again. Just got the Xavier school for his plaque, like the school's been torn down and the plaque's all beat up. This looks like this is the visor for Cyclops, and there's a hand in here. I'm not sure who that belongs to. Maybe that wouldn't be Beast because there's no fur on it, but it's got claws. I'm not sure who that hand belongs to, so maybe Paul can chime in. Again, simple base, one-piece mold, nothing to do here. Prime it, ready to go, paint. So this, just a beautiful, beautiful sculpt. And again, a really simple concept, but the way it's been sculpted and put on the base, it tells a story really impactfully. So he sits straight on the base like that. And he's got his two hands, because he's got these mental powers that go up to the temples on his head. and it's really simple, but it's really impactful. I mean, who's doing that? Someone's just doing a paint up of this, and they have these really cool stencils they got from Thomas Grossman, where they put on these little age spots. So I'm gonna pick some of those up because, man, those look really, really good. You put them on and you bury it in your skin tones, and it really adds a lot of character to your paint. But again, very impactful sculpt, simple concept. I can get this back in the freaking key there. Yeah, just really cool, super impactful. And then I think what would bring this one home would be the eyes. The eyes are critical in this one because whoops, maybe they had a bigger peg in there, but I'll get pinned anyway. But the paint in the eyes is what's really going to sell this piece, as far as like how hard he's concentrating or how hard he's trying to use his mental powers and stuff. So really nicely done. Again, Paul's casting is top notch. Hands look really, really nice. A lot of age and texture in those from Jeff. Really showing his age here. You know, again, looks in the movie, like he just looks beat to hell. You know, he's been through a lot. Mentally exhausted from years and years of, like, I think, didn't he die in one movie and like came back or something? I don't know. And then again, the sculpt on this is spot on. Profile's perfect. Straight on look is perfect. So extremely nicely done job. Sculpt by Jeff Yeger. Again, nothing on the back here. That'd be a great place for a little painting or a decal. I mean, there's not much to say about these. They're really good. And then again, actually the casting on this one's even better than Old Man Logan. Like the mold line, I don't even see it going through the hair. So he's pretty much ready, primer and paint. You know, I don't see really any cleanup on this. Maybe after I throw a coat of primer on it, the mold line will pop out a little bit, but for the most part, he's ready to go, from what I can tell. And let's see how tall he is. They're all about the same height, all being in the same scale. So he's right at 8 inches, a little taller than 8 inches, so a little bit taller than Logan. Let's put him to the side, and let's look at X23. All right, so again, Jeff Yeger brings it home. I'm going to start with the base again. Again, a simple base. It's been hollowed out here, I guess, just to save on material. I like the little X-Men doll that she has, and the X there, like she scratched her name in the X. And then we just got some rubble in the background here and some stone, really nicely done. Again, simple but effective. And I don't know this actress's name, but again, Jeff killed the likeness on this. Looks just like her in the movie. Again, I love the texture in the hair. I've got some pieces where the hair has a lot of, it's not real sharp. It's like soft. Like the strands are soft, almost rounded, but these are done really well. A lot of texture. Love the stitching on the clothing here. That will take a wash beautifully. Get all those details out. Again, Paul's casting and molding is top notch. Again, just a little bit of mold line going through the hair. The hair's always a bitch to clean up, no matter what you do. You need to go through there and clean up every little strand. I usually don't try to sand on the hair because I don't want to lose the details. So I go in there with the scribing tool and scribe between each strand of hair and stuff. But yeah, the way he has it oriented, it's really done really well. I can kind of see how he's got the mold cut, and the mold just follows this hairline right here and then comes across there. So the way he's got this molded is, reduces the amount of cleanup needed. But great expression on her face. She looks really pissed. Again, like with Logan, she's got this other arm here that pegs in, where you have just a little bit of putty work, not much. And this one I'll probably putty before I do any painting, because the way her hand is, you can, well, maybe not. Probably paint the hand first and then putty it. I was thinking maybe I could get an airbrush in there, but again, get a little bit of putty work here to do just on the seam, but this is actually less than on Logan. So the fit's a little bit better on this one. Not too much, but just a hair better. Again, on the hand, just a little bit of a mold line I got to take care of. Just a little bit of sanding. There's a little bit of texture in the skin, which I don't want to lose from sanding. I think it could just be from the resin, but again, really nicely done. And my only crit out of all of these are the blades on her. And there's really nothing you can do about it, just because it's really thin. So I'll probably just be, they're just, you know, they're warped and stuff, but what are you going to do? It's super thin resin, and I can only imagine that that's a bitch to molding. I don't think they're supposed to look like that. I would assume they're supposed to be flat. I could be wrong, but I'm not sure if there's anyone has a metal ones of these available, but these would be really easy to remake and just some styrene plastic to get them straight and stuff, and do a metal effect on the plastic. That'd be easier than trying to paint these and straighten these out. So that's my only crit. I usually don't have a crit on Paul stuff, but are these blades, but you know, it's pretty small. So not a negative, it's just, it is what it is. But really nice job on all three of these. It's a great trifecta. I mean, if you get one, you got to get them all, I think. So fairly short review. I mean, 15 minutes or so on all three of these guys and lady. But yeah, if you don't have these, grab them. I mean, they're really, really nice. And if you're an X-Men fan or especially Wolverine or Logan fan, I think you'd really enjoy these, and either paint them yourself or hire someone to paint them if you're not a painter. So there you go. There's the I'll say the Wolverine trifecta, or Logan trifecta group. So this is from the Logan movie, but great job by Paul. Sculpting is top notch by Jeff and Mark. So great pieces, guys. I'm glad I picked them up, and someday I'll paint them. Who knows when? But I mean, I got a lot of this stuff just on my shelf, and it looks great. Just the mold, just the sculpts look great on your shelf without any paint. So, and also when I have people come over that don't know what I do as a hobby or whatever, they look at it like, oh man, this stuff is cool. What is that? And then I get to tell them what it is and how I go about painting them and stuff. So it also makes for a nice conversation piece when people see your shelves full of unpainted kits, because they don't realize that they come like this, and then you spend hours and hours painting them, and then, you know, you have the final product. So it's fun to show people that, because, you know, they may see a painted piece but have no idea what goes into getting it to that state. So I like having a bunch of unpainted stuff on my shelf also. So these will go on there with all the other stuff I have from Paul on display. But that's it for this review. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. This is Matt Mrozik. We'll catch you guys next time. Bye.